Across the top they come here, and it's the eventual winner, Afton Patch over Nick and Nat, who's right there. On the outside here, one of them's running into it. Basmanti's misses give a lot of cheek. The 10 runner went into trap 1. Places chop and change here as the 4's had enough and starts to drift. Running into it nicely, the Gold Rug here, Living Secret. But meantime on the turn, this lead is pinched to break. Very hard to pick up, as you can see there on the action replay as they swing in. But Afton's Patch is nice big greyhound, isn't he? Very, very strong. And he goes to the line full of running. The 5 runner, Living Secret's runner, terrific race to get second. And Basmanti Misses battled on very, very well on the inside to run third. So you'll find it'll be 7, 5 and 10, the numbers here. And race 4 at Manawatu. Number 7's paying $8.80 and $2.35. Living Secret will return you $1.60. Basmanti Miss at $1.90. These are prelims only. Your Quinella will return $23.10. And your trifecta 7, 5 and 10 will return $317.95. So there you go, returning to scale, trained by Stuart McKee. At Levin, this greyhound, Afton's Patch. Returning to the judges' frame, it will be Living Secret's home second. And number 10, Basmanti Miss, you'll find is run third.
And the QE2 Sprint is the first from QE2 Park in Christchurch this evening. Action-packed program going right through till 10 to 9 tonight. Last race then. Race 1, the updated odds with about 4 minutes until the race start. Number 1, Inner Command, 2.85 and 95 cents, remains the favourite. Greyhound, I can tell you, is usually better from an outside draw, but nonetheless, one's box 1 in greyhound racing. Number 2, Chrissy Cracker, 9.35 and 2.05. 3, Libertine, 6.80 and 2.35. That's come down a bit since we spoke to Ray. Number 4, Lady Laurie, 11.40 and 2.95. 5 in the book is Can Crusher, having its first tote start, 17 even and 3.25. Number 6, Diamond Jewel, bit of money on that tonight, 5.50 and 2.75. 7 is Trackside. Box doesn't suit, but YG win a good race in the non-tote here for third on Wednesday, 18.45 and 3.55. Just needs to find the rail to be tough. And 8, My Legionnaire, young dog with promise, 3.95 and 2.05. Race number 1 from QE2 at about 5.55. They're just having a look at the lure at the moment though. Let's hope there's no problems there. They're going to change the brushes apparently. Race number 7 from Australia. Time to go at 6 o'clock. And it's the Qantas Cup. Over 1,200 metres. Good field. Number 1, Scalacci, as we look through. Damien Oliver rides 4.05, 160. 2's a scratching. Number 3, Spanish Mix. Grant Cooksley rides 10.40, 3.05. Number 4 is Captain Lee G Boss at 5 and 2.65. 5 is Sublimate. 7.10 and 1.85 D Nikolic. Number 6, Loudspeaker A Russell, 16.95 and 4.25. Number 7, Jacks or Better, M Pelling, 34.15 and 7. Number 8 is My Red Scent, J Byrne at 18.50 and 5.45. 9, Every Detail, Larry Cassidy, 16.80 and 3.65. 10, Bulldog Yates, M Delindo at 12.45 and 5.15. 11, Hot to Race, J Taylor, 23.35 and 6.90. Number 12, Victoria Park, Shane Dye, 7.10 and $2.80. 13 is Del Sol, G Watson, 51.65 and 11.70. 14, Dr. Zachary, B Cooper, 53.55 and 12.40. And 15 is Poshka, B Preble at 21.35 and 6.85. The Qantas Cup from Eagle Farm, time to go at 6 o'clock. Now these are the problems we're having at QE2 in Christchurch at the moment. There are some brushes being replaced on the lure. And with the dogs due to race in about 3 minutes' time, the greyhounds are around at the traps, but they are working on that lure. As you can see, the rain falling as well, puddles forming. We've got Manawatu Race 4 result coming through, however. We'll bring that to you while we await QE2 Race 1. And number 7, Afton's Patch, took out the Jan's TAB C1 final. 8.80 and 2.35 was the money. 5, Living Secret, 1.60. And 10, Basmati Miss, returned $1.90. The Quinella 5 and 7, $23.10. The trifecta 7, 5 and 10, $317.95. Race number 5 from Manawatu goes at 6.05 tonight. Feast of Greyhound racing this evening. The Pioneer Stakes. and it is for Class 2 greyhounds over 505 metres. Number 1 is Cessna Queen, John MacArthur the trainer, 3:30 and 7:15. How's that for odd money? 2's a scratching. Number 3, Bonnie Dundee, Ben Craik, 7.95 and 2.20. Had a couple of wins at Auckland yesterday at Ben. Number 4, Linda's Lucky, Linda Arrow, at 9.60 and 2.30. 5, Quite Royal, the inform Nancy Cabane kennel, 10.25 and 1.50. Number 6, Tifiti Magic from the Macaulay kennel, 6.70 and 1.65. It's been in good form during the week. 7, Miss Eleanor, Joe Topicki, 27.15 and 5.70. Number 8 in the book is Down to 4, Brian Hunt. That's also been in form this week. In fact, it won yesterday at Wellington, 2.50 and 90 cents. That's the favourite. Number 9, Sydney's Hope from the Yellers kennel, 48.10 and 6.45. Number 10's a scratching, the Pioneer Stakes. It's the second leg of the TAB Treble from Manawatu. Time to go at 6.05, which will be coming shortly after the 7th from Australia. Now there's the bunny, and it's in motion, which is good to see. And some track officials just having a look at its progress as it gets to approximately the spot where it will warm up for race number 1 here at QE2 Park, which is only a minute away, and in association with the Eukanuba Super Premium Dog Food Greyhound Racing Service. We head over into the back straight to the 330 metre start, and we can see that the greyhounds have been taken off the track while that lure was given a warm-up around the rails, and very miserable conditions for handlers tonight as the runners come out, and Ray Casey leads them down with number 4, Lady Laurie. And this particular greyhound ran 3rd at her last start back on the 26th of April, and it was a good performance too. She's been switched to sprinting, used to race over the 560 metres, and she's a young girl too that showed a bit early in her career, but she seemed to go off over the 560 metres and had trouble getting around the first bend over 560 here at QE2. So Ray's switched her to sprinting, and she did that quite nicely. She's had 2 sprints, and she won at Ashburton and beat Fake Jewel down there. It was a sprinter in form, and then ran 3rd behind Starker Jet at that last race I mentioned on April the 26th. There are the greyhounds there assembling behind the boxes. Number 1's the favourite in shot. That's Inner Command from the Blackburn kennels at Amberley in North Canterbury. 2.85, 1.35. Drawing number 1 is an advantage over the sprint here at QE2 Park. It's won more races than any other this season, and that's the way it usually is. But Inner Command, when it's had the inside draw in the past, has had problems. It's just inclined to run out of fraction, and it has gone better from wider draws, but nonetheless, box 1 is box 1, and it's well worth throwing in. And in fact, for the strategic investment tonight on race number 1, we've gone for Inner Command in a very even field, numbers 1 and 8. 1 being Inner Command and 8 being My Legionnaire. To win, there's My Legionnaire. And then for second, throw a number 3, Libertine, which has to be a chance. There's the strategic investment. And 1, 3, 6, 7 and 8 for third. And that combination will only cost you $6, 50-cent units. Put you in for a long way, but we've got the all clear through. For race number 1, greyhounds going up behind the boxes, so we're going to get away about 2 minutes late. We should be able to catch that up, no problems at all. After that, we lure problem. We had a non-tote race here about 1/4 of an hour before the first. As I mentioned, they were doing that as we crossed over, and the lure got through that race but wasn't performing particularly well. Trevor Wooks is calling tonight, and we'll be talking to Trevor throughout the night because we have got a very exciting program with the $12,000 South Island Championship race number 7. That's our feature race, of course, and we'll be speaking to trainers or associates of the greyhounds in that final throughout the evening. Last few greyhounds going away now for race 1, and number 1 Inner Command, $2.70 and $1.60 is the hot favourite. Second favourite is 8 My Legionnaire, $3.90, $1.50. Third favourite is 3 Libertine, $5.40, $1.65. There's going to be an upset. I think it'll come from box 7, and that's trackside, but it's got to get across to the rail. $15.40, $3.15 the money. As always, Class 2 sprint at QE2 Park. Very, very even. Just having problems with My Legionnaire over on the outside, but it's away now. And the flag waved. All clear is through. Bunny, let's hope, is in good order. Up to the boxes it comes. Here's Trevor Wooks with a call on the first.
And racing, Inner Command jumped out well, as did Libertine, and going up on the outside is Diamond Jewel, and wider out My Legionnaire's turning on the speed. My Legionnaire's got to the lead now. Diamond Jewel, Libertine back and behind them. There is Lady Laurie out wider on the track. Can Crusher, they hit him, but My Legionnaire, the big fella. My Legionnaire, and cutting it down now is Diamond Jewel. Diamond Jewel gets home. My Legionnaire third home. There was Lady Laurie. A wee break back to the others, headed in by Can Crusher, trackside, and further back there on crossing Chrissy Cracker. Inner Command never got into it, and it finished back towards the tail of the field.
6, 8 and 4 the way they've gone by on race number 1. 6, 8 and 4. Number 6, Diamond Jewel. She does not win them out of turn. She's got home tonight. Once she gets handy, she's always hard to beat because she finishes out the 330 metres quite strongly. Let's have a look at the replay here, and we'll see the favourite, the inside Inner Command. Really got my doubts about this greyhound from an inside draw. Got out fairly, but never looked happy at all. Libertine heads it off. Out wider though, Diamond Jewel. That'll be the best jump she's made for many a race. And around the outside goes My Legionnaire. This is a greyhound by the future too, My Legionnaire. It's just a youngster. Can Crusher lying fourth at the moment, and Lady Laurie, number 4, ducks underneath that. Further back in the race they come on round is Inner Command, but never looked a winning chance across the top. And My Legionnaire is a clear leader here, but Diamond Jewel is poised to strike. And behind them there is a Libertine. As up they come, My Legionnaire still in front, but down the outside, Diamond Jewel quickly takes control. And that will scamper away to score. You can see Lady Laurie, number 4, running into third. Should be a reasonable trifecta in the first, but number 6, Diamond Jewel, down to the line. A lot of money on her early. She drifted out, though, to around 9.90. There she is, number 6, Diamond Jewel, comfortably clear. Second, number 8, My Legionnaire. So disappear under that light. Number 4, Lady Laurie gets third. 6, 8 and 4 the way they've crossed in race 1, QE2 Park. We're off to Australia just like that. Race number 7 on the New Zealand TAB coverage of Australian races today. It's the Qantas Cup from Eagle Farm in Brisbane. 1,200 metres. Let's cross there for the call.
Only waiting on the starting signal. Scalacci, the inside runner. The lights are on. All set to go. Scalacci, the inside runner. They're racing. He bounded out the old fellow Scalacci from the inside. Sublimate began quickly. There goes Bulldog Yates spearing to the leader. My Red Centre showing a lot of speed, and so is Loudspeaker. And Jack's or Better coming over from out wide. On settling down, Bulldog Yates led Jack's or Better. My Red Scent, Loudspeaker, Del Sol. They're followed by Hot to Race and Plushka. Further back then came Dr. Zachary Sublimate. Scalacci's got back worse than midfield on the inside than every detail. Victoria Park, Spanish Mix, and Captainly is last. 700 out, Bulldog Yates, 1.5 Jacks or Better, 2 lengths to Del Sol. Then Loudspeaker followed by Plushka, My Red Scent, Scalacci, the rail Sublimate between runners. Then every detail, Victoria Park and Captainly staying on the fence. Bulldog Yates clear past the 400, he's giving plenty of cheek. He's 3 to Jacks or Better, Loudspeaker, Scalacci about to get into the clear. Captainly trying to go with him, and so is Sublimate, but Bulldog Yates has got a big break at the 200. He's 3 lengths to Loudspeaker. Captainly's coming out of the pack now. Bulldog Yates is the leader. Captainly's trying hard to pick him up, but Bulldog Yates in front. Captainly's not going to get him, and Bulldog Yates leads all the way to beat Captainly, and third either Spanish Mix or Loudspeaker. Then Scalacci, Victoria Park, every detail, Sublimate and Plushka, followed by Dr. Zachary, Hot to Race, Del Sol, My Red Scent, and Jacks or Better as last of all.
And there's Australia race number 7 today. And from Eagle Farm, the Qantas Cup's been taken out by number 10, Bulldog Yates. Sounds like it should be here at QE2 Park. Bold ride too, an excellent ride. Bulldog Yates, as you can see in front, stole the march on the corner, and it started to shorten stride. But coming quickly is 4, Captain Lee, but just not quick enough. The post's going to arrive. Very tight photo for third, but down to the post here, and it's Bulldog Yates that's getting there. Captain Lee closing in very quickly. There's the post, and Bulldog Yates, number 10, beats number 4, Captain Lee. And we've got a tight photo. Looks like maybe down the outside. That's tight. There's Loudspeaker, number 6, and there's also number 3, Spanish Mix. Very tight for third. And Qantas bringing us the coverage from Australia today. That was race 7. We'll have the result through very shortly. And race number 8 from Australia coming up at 6:40, also from Eagle Farm. In the meantime, race 1 from QE2 Park has been taken out by number 6, Diamond Jewel, at $9.90 and at $2.65. 8, My Legionnaire, second at $1.30, and 4, Lady Laurie, third, $2.65. The Quinella 6 and 8, $22.75. Healthy trifecta in the first, 6, 8 and 4, $464.40. Looking at the second on the card today, and it's time to go at 6:15, the Queen's Birthday Sprint. 330 metres for the Class 3 greyhounds in the opening mark at 1 Micro Flash. Murray Walker, 8.25 to 25. 2 is Fake Jewel, Craig Roberts, 3.25, 105. Ends up rather short, 3's a scratching. 4, Little Skite, Denise Barron, 4.20, 125. Number 5, Pied Dancer, might suit the conditions. Michael Elliott, first sprint race for that greyhound, 9.80 and 5.80. Down to 6, Knows When, Gary Cleve, but unlucky midweek. Knows When, 7.45, 2.90. Bad draw again. Number 7 is Supreme God for Ray Adcock, 6.45 and 1.95. 8, Carlissa Ray, Jim Beresford, 10.30 and 3.05. And number 9, Woodlands Lord. 12.25 and 5.10, trained by John and Sue Cole. 10's a scratching. Race 2, the Queen's Birthday Sprint from QE2 at 6.15. The result of the Qantas Cup quickly through. Number 10, Bulldog Yates, returned 15.05 and 3.35. 4, Captainly, $2.10. And number 3, Spanish Mix, grabbed third, $3.60. The Quinella 4 and 10, $51.75. And the Trifecta 10, 4 and 3, $1,340.70. Race number 5 is the next live race on trackside from Manawatu. And it's the Pioneer Stakes up there, Class 2, 505 metres, the Eukanuba Super Premium Dog Food Greyhound Racing Service taking us to the 505 metre start, and we'll link up with the course commentator Dennis Symes.
So greyhounds parading behind the starting traps prior to a start in the running of race 5. Number 9 there, Sydney's Hope and Picture, goes to trap number 2 with the scratching of Auburn Princess. So they're starting to come forward very quickly. Linda's Lucky in picture there. Quite a handy sort of a greyhound, this greyhound, Linda's Lucky. If it gets to the rail early, will definitely be thereabouts at the finish. Number 6 there, Te Witi Magic, ran first on the first day of the Wellington meeting and second yesterday. So some of these dogs have had a couple of hard runs of late. Down to 4, not in picture there, but there's Te Witi Magic, huge run for second yesterday at Wellington. Number 7 there, Miss Eleanor, trained by Joe and Julie Topicki at Foxton. Drawn to suit, likes to run a little bit wide, this greyhound, Miss Eleanor. And another dog that if she can get handy on the corner, could be hard to beat, has quite a good sort of a finish on her, Miss Eleanor. So she's popped away. The favourites coming forward here, trained by Brian Hunt at Mania, down to 4. Won on both of the 2 days of the Wellington meeting, and his favourite here for the 5th of the evening has been popped away by trainer Brian Hunt from Mania. So Cessna Queen and Sydney's Hope draw 1 and 2. Bonnie Dundee, Linda's Lucky, Quite Royal. The bunny will be sent on its way shortly. Te Witi Magic, Miss Eleanor. Well, watch the favourite jump for you. It's drawn trap 8 in the pink, so watch that one. Round it comes. And racing 5th of the afternoon, and one of the slowest away is your favourite, and Miss Eleanor from 7 has bounded to the leader. Te Witi Magic has got nice and handy tonight on the inside. On the inside of those pair, then we've got to go to Bonnie Dundee, sits very pretty, and behind him the Gold Rug Quite Royal making ground up and around Te Witi Magic. Further back to down to 4's got a job to do. Further back to Cessna Queen, and forget Sydney's Hope and Linda's Lucky. Across the top through the bright lights they come, and Miss Eleanor's going to lead them and got a big break on them. Bonnie Dundee and Te Witi Magic home once again faster, but Miss Eleanor, I think Te Witi Magic on the inside of that pair. Then we've got Bonnie Dundee. They're followed by down to 4, and behind them to Quite Royal. They're followed by Sydney's Hope, always well back along there with the red runner of Cessna Queen. Well, number 7, Miss Eleanor said, just prior to being trapped away, has drawn nicely on the action replay. Has gone wide into the first corner, then crossed to the rail. This is about 3/4 of the way down the back straight. They're going to start to make the swing across the top. Miss Eleanor doing it nicely here over Bonnie Dundee down on the inside. Now the Gold Rug here on the inside is Quite Royal still there. And I think the dog that's got second in the end, Te Witi Magic. Now that's the widest on the track turning into the straight there. But they straighten for the run to the judge here. You'll find Miss Eleanor doing her work very nicely. And now look at number 6, Te Witi Magic. Huge run this. He's coming from a long, long way back, but all honours with the winner. I think Te Witi Magic he will do. He'll get up for second. And you'll find Bonnie Dundee from the Benny Crate Kennel at Auckland will be third. Down to 4 has made a huge amount of ground to run fourth. So you'll find the winner as an outsider. Miss Eleanor will return $21 even and $5.05. These are preliminary. Number 6, Te Witi Magic will return $1.60, and Bonnie Dundee will return $2.60. Your Quinella will pay $23.70. That's numbers 6 and 7. And you'll find if you've got the trifecta 7, 6 and 3, you will receive $1,288.80. So let's join Mark Rosanowski.
Thanks, Dennis. Race number 2 from QE2 Park here in Christchurch is the Queen's Birthday Sprint on this Queen's Birthday weekend. It's time to go at 6:15. Let's have a look at the updated market for that. Number 1, Micro Flash, $7.75 and $2.90. 2, Fake Jewel, $3.20 and $1.15. That's the favourite. Down to 4, Little Skite, $4.65 and $1.05. Number 5, Pie Dancer at $11.35 and $8.50. Over the page we'll go, and number 6 in the book is Knows When, 620 and 190. 7 Supreme God, 655, 215. 8 Carlissa Ray at 945 and 275. And number 9 Woodlands Lord, which will go from box 3, 1325 and 805. 10s are scratching. Race 2 from QE2 Park. Time to go at 6:15. The strategic investment for that race, we're going 50-cent units here, the trifecta, and just $9 for this combination should keep you in the race for a fair while, we hope. Number 2, Fake Jewel, on top, did this Wednesday, and he didn't oblige. Maybe he will tonight. Comes out of box 2. It's got to be a chance. 1 Microflash, 5 Pied Dancer, and 6 Knows When for second. So we're going a wee bit rough for that second money, and we'll take the field for third. 50-cent units. That strategic investment will cost you just $9, but you'll be looking for the checked rug of Fake Jewel to come home in front. Manawa 2, race number 5. We're going to bring you the result right after the break.
The DB Draft Winter Carnival. 2 days of great entertainment at Ellerslie on Saturday the 3rd and Monday the 5th. With fun for the kids, live music, the DB Draft Clydesdales, great racing and great competitions with 10 $100 betting vouchers to be won. The feature races, the TV Guide Hurdles on Saturday and the DB Draft Steeplechase on Monday. Racing starts at 11:15. Be there for 2 great days at Ellerslie.
Join Alan Hatsaken every Friday night at 7:30 and repeat it on Saturday morning for our weekly look at the events, the people and the happenings from across the Tasman in Windsor Park Stud Aussie Watch.
Whatever you drive quality. Drive Kumho.
Welcome back to Saturday night trackside feast of greyhound racing, and another big Aussie race coming your way too. Race 5 from Manawa 2. The Pioneer Stakes was taken out by 7 Miss Eleanor at 21 even and 5.05. Number 6 Tifwiti Magic, good run from that, 160, and 3 Bonnie Dundee third at $2.60. The Cornella 6 and 7 returned $23.70. Good trifecta 7, 6 and 3, $1,288.80. Race number 6 on the card from Manawa 2's time to go at 6:25. The Caretaker Stakes. It's the third leg of the TAB Treble. It's for Class 2 greyhounds over 505 metres. The opening market. Number 1 Talk Sense for Paul Cavey at 340 and 105. Number 2 Brave Girl Joe Topicki at 1535 and 650. Number 3 in the book is Red Supreme Barbara Melville at 1985 and 770. 4 is Albion Lady Milton Overall at 1565 and 355. Number 5, Magic Smile from the Taylor Kennel at 1505 and 490. Number 6, Galvanized, Charlie Lyle, 665 and 320. 7, Newry Dasher, Nancy Cabane, won yesterday at Wellington. This greyhound, 350 and 80 cents. And 8 is I'm a Bachelor, Lance Rice, $3.80 and 205. 9 and 10 scratched. Race 6 from Manawa 2, third leg of their treble. Time to go at 6:25. And we're back at QE2 Park in Christchurch. You can see the greyhounds out on the track for race number 2. It's only about 3 minutes away, and the favourite is number 2, Fake Jewel, at $3.30 and $1.10. But while the greyhounds get round to the boxes, I'm joined trackside by Albie Jobson. Now, Albie is closely associated with the Jim Beresford kennel. Interesting sort of an association. Jim Beresford, the listed trainer, but it's quite a team that work out there with your daughter, Janine Jobson, who's the fiancée of Jim, and you're out there in Adelaide as well. It's a big operation. How are things going, Albie?
Oh, it goes fairly good out there. We working pretty well together, and Jim does all the travelling and all the training, and Janine helps him, and Adelaide and I back up all the time, so it works out.
And we're back at QE2 Park in Christchurch. You can see the greyhounds out on the track for race number 2. It's only about 3 minutes away, and the favourite is number 2, Fake Jewel, at $3.30 and $1.10. But while the greyhounds get round to the boxes, I'm joined trackside by Albie Jobson. Now, Albie is closely associated with the Jim Beresford kennel. Interesting sort of an association. Jim Beresford, the listed trainer, but it's quite a team that work out there with your daughter, Janine Jobson, who's the fiancée of Jim, and you're out there in Adelaide as well. It's a big operation. How are things going, Elby?
Oh, it goes fairly good out there. We working pretty well together, and Jim does all the travelling and all the training, and Janine helps him, and Adelaide and I back up all the time, so it works out pretty good, yeah.
And you've had plenty of winners too, the Beresford Kennels lately, and tonight, chance for a real big one, the $12,000 South Island Championship, and you've got to be in with a chance with Song Sung Blue. How do you rate her?
Well, yeah, she's drawn out a bit, which might help, but it's a tough race, and even though Mega Legend beat her by quite a bit the other day, her time was right up with all the rest of the heats, so we're hoping that she can do a good run anyway. We only want a good run, and she comes off not hurt. We'll be very happy with her.
Well, of course, the weather conditions are a wee bit different to Wednesday. We had a firm track on Wednesday. There was certainly a bit of moisture about, but it wasn't like it is tonight. It's got a bit deeper. How will Song Sung Blue handle those sort of conditions?
Well, it is a problem. The deep track helps the bigger dogs, and the likes of Mega Legend and Craig's dog. You know, they're big dogs, and they may catch her at the end, but, well, we just hope.
She's certainly got plenty of guts. I think she's a big chance, and let's hope she pings out of that box 6. Coming up in race number 2, Carlissa Ray from the Jim Beresford Kennel. Now she comes out of box number 8. Didn't show up on Wednesday. What was her run like?
Well, yeah, the last couple of times she hasn't jumped. Prior to that, she jumped pretty well. So middle of the pack the last couple of times, and might have been against her. She's got box 8, so. She's won from box 7, but there's some smart ones inside there, and you know, with the track the way it is, a heavy track, I don't know. We'll just have to take. If she can jump, she can foot it with them, but if she doesn't jump, well, she'll be history.
That's the way it is in those sprint races. It's Elby Jobson commenting on a couple of greyhounds from the Beresford Kennel tonight. Song Sung Blue, of course, in the South Island Championship later on. And Carlissa Ray coming up in this race. The Eukanuba Super Premium Dog Food Greyhound Racing Service taking us over to the 330 metre start for race number 2. The Queen's Birthday Sprint. We're only about a minute away from a start, so pretty much as they get to the boxes they will be underway. The favourite is still 2 in the checked rug of Fake Jewel, 345 and 125. The Strategic Investment riding on Fake Jewel here. We were on Wednesday too, and the greyhound ran 4th. Seemed to have his chance, but he did miss the jump. There's the greyhound on screen now, and Craig Roberts won the first race with the Diamond Jewel. It's not Craig with the dog, it's Clint Radovincic handling for Craig. And the Roberts Kennel getting Diamond Jewel home in the first, so looking to make it a double with the favourite here, Fake Jewel. And believe it or not, 2 years ago, South Island Championship, Fake Jewel ran 2nd behind Bessie Bijou. And 2 years on running in a Class 3 sprint, my how times change. Greyhound's about to go to the boxes. We've got the all clear through. Second favourite in this race is number 4, Little Skite, which resumed after a break on Wednesday and ran a very good second. That was out of box 1, however. 4:30 and 1:70 in box 4. Tougher to contend with today, but if she makes the break, she'll be in with a chance. 1 is Micro Flash. Form doesn't look too flash, but draws box 1's had a run of outside and middle boxes. Micro Flash 5:30, 2:20. And a greyhound with a lot of ability on his day. Let's see how he goes out of box number 1. Other fancied runners here, 7 Supreme God ran 3rd, just shaded Fake Jewel for 3rd on Wednesday, 6:60, 1:75. And number 6 Knows When, which was unlucky on Wednesday, but it's got a bad box here again, and that's at 9:70 for the win in this particular race. 9:70 and 2:65 for Knows When. All other runners over double figures. Last couple locked away. Race 2, the Queen's Birthday Sprint, lined and ready. And the all clear wave through, Buddy in motion, set to break. Here's Trevor Wilkes with his call.
Ready and racing. Fake Jewel jumped out well, and wider out on the track there we go. Woodlands Lord there, the 2 leaders. Micro Flash is back and behind them. They're followed by Paidanta trying to rail through there, and wider out there is Knows When. Supreme God's got well back. They head for home, and the leader now is Fake Jewel. It's Fake Jewel, the favourite, right on the bunny. That's going to be too good. Fake Jewel got there. Little Skite 2nd. 3rd home there on the inside. Woodlands Lord, I think we call 3rd, and they're followed at the head of the others then by Supreme God Knows When and Pie Dancer. That was back towards the tail as well. Carlissa Ray never got onto it.
9, 4 and 2 the way they've gone by. Trevor's just got a wee bit mixed up between the 2 and the 9 there. It's 9, 4 and 2. Number 9 Woodlands Lord has shocked them into 2nd. Let's have a look at the break here. 2 is the favourite, and he shows up 2 out of the boxes, Fake Jewel, but he drifts. And Woodlands Lord coming out of box 3 gets across to the lead, and wider out on the track is Carlissa Ray. That shows up early. Through on the inside there is Micro Flash. Little Skyte's in the party too. So race across the top here. And there is Little Skyte over on the outside, but Woodlands Lord's got a bit much gas for Little Skyte at this stage and goes clear on the corner. Gap back then, Fake Jewel gets into his work very late in the piece, runs into third. Up they come, Woodlands Lord's well clear. It's going to bolt in, no doubt about that. 4